Hello everyone, and welcome to the Dice Commando YouTube channel. I'm Andrew, with you here as always. This is the Commando Cast, a video cast about all things Star Wars Destiny. This video and others like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. Please show your support with a like and subscribe, and be sure to hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss any new videos. If you want to get involved with the channel, consider becoming a channel member. There are many benefits to channel membership, including access to our Discord, exclusive deck tech and strategy videos, and the opportunity to help create channel content. I want to sincerely thank all our channel members, as I truly couldn't do this without your support. You guys rock. Go Commando.
Hello everyone, welcome to Dice Commando and the Commando Cast. Andrew with you here as always. Today joined by Aaron Chapman to go over Dice Commando's exclusive spoilers for High Stakes, dropping in mid-June. Hey folks, so thanks for joining us today. Very excited to be here with Aaron. How are you doing, my man?
Yeah, good, thanks. Thanks for having me on again. Excited to go through some more of High Stakes.
Yeah, some legit spoilers. So spoilers have been dropping this week already. How's the reception on your guys' side? I mean, you guys are probably excited as all hell to finally get stuff out. So
That's it. We're just so excited to see people's reactions to the things. We're trying a few new things this set, so it's just great to see how people are interpreting everything.
Yeah, cool. So has there been any surprises thus far?
I don't think any of the reactions we've seen so far have been too far off what we thought they would be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're just excited to see how everybody goes to build with the different cards that they've seen now.
Yeah. So fair enough. Well, without further ado, because a lot of people are tuning in for their spoilers, I say we go ahead and hit our spoilers, and everybody can see. Obviously, I've got a certain person in the lower left corner there, so let's just roll right into it. So the big one, the big sexy for the day is Ahsoka Tano searching the galaxy. She is a 12 health, 14/17 blue character. Do note she has no subtypes, which is very interesting. And it's 2 melee, discard, shield, resource, and a blank, which everyone may note is the parallel die to her 17-point version in Empire at War. With her power action, exhaust 2 weapons, attach this character to roll those weapons dice into your pool. Very awesome to get Ahsoka. Everybody knows that's my wife's favorite, so we're very happy to see that here. So, yeah, talk to us about Ahsoka.
Well, it was an interesting challenge. We obviously wanted to represent Ahsoka, having her so prominent within the Mandalorian universe, and this set being quite heavily focused on Mandalorian, as everybody's starting to see. And we just thought the different ways that we could approach this character and where she's at right now in the Mandalorian universe. And we kind of wanted to take a little bit of a different turn to maybe where Blue Hero usually goes.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much focus on shields, really focus on her weapons, and probably, as you can notice, there's a bit of a focus towards maybe a Jarkai build.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, and we thought it was a great opportunity to reuse her original dice from Empire at War.
Yeah, and she has one extra, because I think she was 14/17 back then, and has one extra health, but her ability was basically unplayable, and this ability is anything but unplayable. This ability is really good,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time back in Empire at War trying to get the original Ahsoka to work.
Right there with you.
It was so hard.
Yeah, so this is Exhaust 2. Yeah, I mean, that's where my head went to, like you mentioned, was the Jarkai build. So I think before we get too much more into the maybe how to play her, I think maybe we should go to the next spoiler. So this is Ahsoka Tano's lightsaber. It's a unique blue hero weapon. 2-drop, 1 melee, 2 melee, modified 2 melee, shield, resource, and a blank. While this upgrades on Ahsoka, your copies of it are non-unique. And if attached character has exactly 2 weapon upgrades on it, increase the value of this die by 1. And I do have to openly admit, this is not the Shoto die. I thought it was originally, but Aaron corrected me. That's right, that's not a plus. So it is not a parallel die, but it's a very, very good die. So I think the reason I wanted to lead into this is because with the talk about Jarkai, right, I wanted to put that in perspective that obviously with Jarkai builds, you're running a ton of weapons, and this one specifically feeds into only having 2 weapons on it to get the +1. But to be clear, they'd get the +1 from Jarkai either way, right? So, yeah, I mean, how did this one I imagine from a design standpoint, this was a pretty natural design in terms of kind of flavor. I mean, balancing it, I'm sure, was a different beast, but this one was probably pretty cut and dry from she's got to be able to have 2 lightsabers, right?
Yeah, so that's kind of where we started with a bit down of a top-down approach of what can we do with the character using 2 weapons, and then her lightsabers, how would they play into that 2-weapon approach? And this is kind of where we landed pretty naturally from the character card straight to this. We did initially start with a parallel dice of Shoto, but we just found that the +1 probably doesn't stand up to today's Destiny power level. Even with the increase the value and everything like that, it still wasn't quite there. So we did end up having to change the die a little bit, very little bit. Yeah. But yeah, it was a natural progression, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that hard to get this to be a 2-3-3, right? It's really not. So,
no, I don't think so.
Yeah, and again, it works even, right? It doesn't have to have her other on her to get the +1. It's any other weapon, right? So, this card's pretty. I think this card's pretty good. Do you play it? When you in your guys' testing? Did you guys find people playing this on other characters, or are there just better stuff out there right now?
I think this has got a place in different weapon builds, definitely. Yeah, it interesting if you know it says exactly 2 weapon upgrades. It doesn't care about your other upgrades. It only cares about your weapon, so you can still roll like a hybrid ability build, something like. So there's a bit of thought to be put into there of like what the exact correct approach is. But yeah, there's lots of options.
Sure. Yeah,
I think it's definitely a good 2-drop weapon at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And there's what is it? Force Valor, I think, came out in the last set, and that's a very good 2-drop ability as well that kind of fits right in with this. But then, of course, you have your Nemans and your Xians, and there's all sorts of fun stuff you can run in that 3rd slot. But Jarkai doesn't sound like a bad plan either. So, fair enough. All right, anything else on this one? Any cool stories you guys have or in developing this, or did it just kind of evolve?
This one was just a natural evolution from the character into, okay, so what does the lightsaber look like? This one was not one of the easier cards to design, but it was one of the most natural cards, I think. As soon as we knew what the character was doing, the weapons came.
Sure.
Easily themselves.
Yeah. I mean, again, and let's just got back to Ahsoka, right? Exhaust 2 weapons to roll those weapons dice into your pool. I mean, you're throwing those dice in not the dice in 4 times, but you're throwing 2x the weapon dice in this case into the pool. I hear dice on the table is a good thing. So.
Yeah, quite often that seems to do good things.
All right, last one. So we have three spoilers today. So this one is a blue event, Kyber Quest. Exhaust one of your elite blue characters to play a blue upgrade with a cost 3 or less on it for free. So I have to openly admit, when I read this the first time, I was like, oh my god, this is amazing with the Youngling. And then I realized that it has to be an elite blue character. So talk to us about this card a little bit, kind of if you have a story on where it came from, if you guys have seen use out of it or not.
Yeah, so this card, I'm not sure if you remember the card Destiny.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
The namesake of the game. this is kind of a spiritual throwback to that card in a way, because like I said last time I was on, my favorite deck of all time is Rare Stairs, and I would play Destiny in that deck rather than playing Binds All Things. And you'd roll out Ayla, you'd get a 2 melee, play a 2-drop for free. This is very similar in vein to that card. Just you're exhausting an elite blue character. So it's essentially you're rolling out the character, resolving both of their dice for resources, and then getting to play the upgrade with a 1 resource discount. It's a good tempo. Well, it's not a good tempo play. You're exhausting the character, so you don't get the weapon till the next round. But it's speeding up getting those dice out there. Maybe it's on a character that lets you roll those dice back out.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't know.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Good point there. Yeah, I mean, this one, because what's the not the Padawan, the Jedi Apprentice from the last set? Isn't that a 7/9 elite? That's not a bad trade for a 3-drop, because everything on that guy redeploys as it is. So that's a pretty good turn 1 or round 1 move, I think.
Yeah, I think this is definitely a card that has very high value round 1, and that value rapidly drops.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, once you put an upgrade on it, this card's worthless, I would think. Or at least you have to make a very hard, because it's a cost 3 or less, right? You can't like throw a Xian on it and then you get the Xian in. So yeah, I don't know. I think I agree. I mean, if it's round 1, yeah, you have to basically mull for this if it's in your plan. But who knows? Maybe there's other stuff coming that makes this more easy to get or something like that. So who knows? I don't. I'm just guessing.
Maybe.
Yeah. So, okay, cool. Well, those are our 3 spoilers for today. But I just wanted to talk with you about, how we're what? Less than a month. We're less than a month, like 3.5 weeks away from your guys' release, getting close. How have things been going? Yeah. How's the process been?
Yeah, it's been really exciting the whole time. It's great to finally see all of the team's work come to a head now, and people actually get to see and enjoy the cards. This last month has been very busy. Not only finalizing the last few tweaks to every card, but the production team sourcing the art, the different artists donating their art. It's just everything's coming together so rapidly now. It's really exciting. And I'm looking forward to what changes it makes to the meta.
Yeah, I think everybody is. So I have to ask, so Darth Vader moving to 19 has really shaken up the meta as it is today. How is that factored in? Like, from your guys' design standpoint and testing standpoint, obviously that came pretty late in the game for you. So how is that factored in, or I guess has it? I'm just curious how the last minute changes fit in.
Yeah, so we knew that there was going to be some kind of balance during playtest. We were kind of prepared for that. And the whole playtesting team really took it on board really quickly and started having a look at those evidently strong balances. So all the testing's been done with those cards, such as Darth Vader, in mind.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's a healthy meta that should evolve from these new cards coming out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we've seen some exciting stuff already this week. I mean, Sunday they dropped, not Plo Koon, Ki Adi Mundi, you guys dropped, which is a 14-point character that was dropped by the ARH on their website, as well as the Renew mechanic, which I'm really, really happy you guys brought in. I think that was really, really smart. But Ki Adi Mundi, go ahead.
I think that's one of my favorite mechanics from the set that shall not be named.
Right. Yeah. The set that doesn't exist. Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah. As soon as I was reading through that, it was something that I was like, yeah, Destiny needs this. I think it's another resource to play with.
Mm-hmm.
I am excited to see the impact that Renew has.
Well, and you're a Magic guy also, right? So
I do play a little bit, yeah.
yeah, that's a I think that's a well used mechanic in that game, and I think it should work just fine in Destiny. Yeah, I was really like I really liked that mechanic in that imaginary set that doesn't exist. I really liked that, and I was afraid that because it was in that set that it wouldn't be used because everyone would be afraid to use it. So I was really really happy to see that you guys made that decision. So you've got my thumbs up for that one. We'll see how it plays out, but in terms of using it, I think that was really awesome. But yeah, so we saw Ki-Adi-Mundi, who's a big 14.
Yeah.
So that should really, I mean, there's a lot. So, I mean, just off the cuff, there's Mace, there's Leia. There should be healthy blue hero options. Actually, Anakin, too, right? Yeah, Anakin as well.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of options there for you guys, or not for you guys, for everyone. Yeah, there's going to be, I think it's going to be really great. So, at least it's new stuff, right? So.
Yeah, and it's got some fantastic art from Pistachios.
Yeah. Yeah, those guys do. Those guys, both Pistachios and Nute, because Pistachios did your splash, right, with the background for your ad, your wild. Yep. Sorry, not wild rice. Your high stakes ad. He did that. But Cosmic Nute had some really great stuff in the last set. Hoping to see some from him this set.
He's definitely got a few more cards coming through this set too. So every weekend.
That's great to hear. That's great to hear.
We love all the donated art. Can't get enough of it. And the more that people want to donate, the more that we're willing to put them on the cards.
Yeah, it works. Yeah, fair enough. No, that's really great. So are there any, I guess we can, we're pushing 20 minutes, and I guess are there any cool stories you wanted to share with anybody, or, your favorite card out of the set? I guess maybe you can't tell us maybe necessarily what that card is yet, which is completely fair, but just any cool stuff before we wrap it up and get out of here?
I think I'll have to keep my favorite card close to my chest at the moment, but it will probably be quite obvious when you see it. Which will be funny to the rest of the set design team, as they will know my stance on the card originally, and then what it finally came out as was very different. But I think we really did a good job on that card. When that card comes out, well, you might want to get me on again, and we can chat again.
Okay, well, fair enough. You and I will talk after, and we can hook back up and shoot that. All right, great. Well, hey, I just wanted to thank you for making the time. It's night for me, but it's day for you the next day. So you're taking time off work to do this, and I really appreciate it. I know you and your team are busting your rears, and we collectively appreciate the work that you guys are doing. So thank you for everything.
No, not a problem. We're really just honored to be able to keep progressing the game. We're just super excited to see how everybody approaches the different cards that are coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we hope to keep doing it for a lot longer.
Yeah, well, so do we. So great. Well, I think that'll be. Oh, I before we get out of here, I wanted to ask you one more thing. So obviously, you can't make any overarching statements. I understand that, but are we? How does rotation fit into all this, or has the rotation discussion happened? I mean, are we looking at like a set building, like ending a story and shutting down, or do we have any indications of that at all?
We haven't made a final decision yet, but it's definitely something we're discussing. We do have it on the horizon of where we do want to kind of do it. How we're going to approach it, we're not entirely sure yet. Mm-hmm. I think that's the final things that we're really discussing, the best way to approach it.
Yeah. I imagine there's a lot of work involved in that, because you guys you'll have to do, I mean, you don't have to do anything, right? But I would think that there's got to be some subset of re-legality that would come for that, or something, just to support the card pool, right?
There's that, and it's also just, respecting people's collections and everything like that. It's how do we approach it so that their FFG collections still matter even in the standard environment. Is something that we're really trying to account for. So yeah, but when we've got something finalized, we'll definitely let everybody know.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I know I was putting you on the spot there. I wasn't expecting anything solid. I mean, ARH, and again, they can change their mind, but they had said in the past, I don't remember who said it, but they had said that they never had any intention of not having some I'm probably screwing up the statement, but there's an intention to always have some subset of FFG be legal in some form.
So I think that's a fair statement. I can't remember who said that one either, but it does sound like something we said before.
Yeah, and I'm probably misquoting it, of course, but I mean that was the paraphrase, was something along the lines of that. So we know that that's at least the plan. It doesn't mean that it'll be the end fruition, but cool. Yeah. So all right, well,
did you have any questions about any of the cards we've seen so far that you haven't asked yet?
I don't think so. I'm still trying to work. I'm trying to work out Ahsoka. That's like going to be my goal. But we need to see 13s for that. So, I mean, I think anyway. Maybe not. Maybe 11s or 12s too. So we'll have to see how that kind of flushes out, and then we'll go from there. So I'll almost certainly do an Ahsoka cast, maybe after the full set's revealed. So
I look forward to seeing it.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I think that'll do us tonight. Anything else before we get out of here?
Not from me. Just thanks for having me on again. I saw you hit your 2,000 subs the other day.
We did, yeah.
On that. That's exciting.
Yeah, pulling in a lot of new people, slowly but surely. So, good stuff.
Fantastic.
All right, well, this has been Dice Commando with our spoilers with Aaron Chapman, the lead design for High Stakes, out June 11th?
June 11th.
Yeah. June 11th, sweet. All right, well, thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. Thank you again, Aaron. And if nothing else, folks, go Commando.
Go Commando.
Love it.